This week I'm thinking about the choices that we make through adversity. We all have situations that we don't like that come up. We could not like somebody's tone in a meeting. We could be aggravated that somebody else got a job that we really wanted and they're less qualified. We could play for a team that for whatever reason is completely tanking. We can also have some really serious problems that come up, like when I was diagnosed with cancer and told that I had to go in for aggressive treatment in 2021. Or we can be, this is a story I heard this week, a Top Gun instructor as the pilot of a $40 million jet that crashes in the desert in a training run. Like I said, I heard this story earlier this week on a podcast featuring one of my friends, Art De La Cruz, who is a total inspiration. So let me know if you want that podcast. It doesn't really matter what the situation is. Things happen. And it doesn't really matter what it is. It's how we choose to respond that makes all the difference. And each one of us, no matter what role we play in life, owns the power to choose how we're going to respond. Now, I'll share in the next week or so an inspirational story on my personal response to the diagnosis I mentioned. But today, for the question of the week, I'd like to offer you a couple of questions to consider in a situation when you're feeling adversity. So the first question is, what can you control and what can't you control? It's really only what the things that you can control that matter in the situation. The second question is, coming from what you can control, what choices can you make that will offer you the best likely outcomes? And lastly, let's reframe the situation. And seriously, this works for every situation, even the most challenging ones that I mentioned earlier. What are 3 gifts that you get from this situation? What are 3 gifts you get from this situation? Write them down. Those are the questions to consider this week when it comes to making choices, great choices, through any situation where you find yourself facing adversity. We missed last week, so I figured I'd give you a few questions to consider this week. Have a great week. I'll see you next time.